Hello listeners, in this topic of job interview, we would talk about how to prepare for job interview and much more. Why do we give interview? What are the goals of a job interview? We give interview to get job, to provide further articulation and illustration of the skills listed and experiences provided in your resume, to figure out if a position is right for you or not, and to provide potential employers with a stronger sense of why they should hire you, your skills, how you stand out. Some goals of a job interview are: job interview serves the purpose for both the candidate and the employer. Employer evaluates candidates. Skills applicable to the job, competence to do the job, potential to contribute to the team/organization, ability to mesh with team's organization, mission, philosophy and environment. And candidate evaluates employer. Match between interest and job task/work. Degree of responsibility and challenge. Potential for growth and further education. Ability to mesh with teams/organization's mission, philosophy and environment. How can you best prepare for a job interview? Dress appropriately. Depends upon business, dress for the job you want. Better to overdress. Backup documents, example writing samples, copy of resume, transcripts, other documents, references, letters of recommendation, dossier or portfolio. Research the company, Google the company, talk to people about what they know. BBB, Chamber of Commerce. Make sure you know how to get there. Remember, the 4 keys to a successful interview are: understanding what to expect, preparing and researching, anticipating questions, and following up. It is important to understand what to expect from different types of interviews. The first one, conversational. The second one is behavioral. The third one is case or situational. The fourth one is stress situation. All 4 of these interview types can be one-on-one or might be a panel conversation. Now let's start understanding these interviews. First is conversational type. It is typically a question and answer interview which lasts for an hour. The interview's main goals are to assess whether or not the job seeker has the skills and abilities to perform the job, evaluate whether or not the job seeker possesses the enthusiasm and work ethic that the employer expects, analyze whether or not the job seeker is a team player and will fit into the organization. Next is behavioral interview. It is an assessment of the past experience or performance in which a past situation is shared by the candidate. How he reacted and acted in that situation is assessed. That also predicts his future performance, hence it is typically an assessment of past performance. Interviewers will expect to hear about specific situations and/or scenarios. Initial questions are typically followed by follow-up questions. Specific key details related to situations/scenarios are expected. Interviewers' main goals are to assess candidates' behaviors and approaches by exploring specific situations, analyze past behavior to try to predict future performance. Case or situational interview. It is primarily used by management and consulting firms to determine how well a candidate fits in a field or job. Here, interviewee is provided a problem or a scenario and asked to work through it. Interviewer's main goals are to analyze how well interviewee can identify and work through a problem, assess problem-solving skills, evaluate tolerance for ambiguity and ability to start on task, analyze communication skills. The other type of interview is stress situation. it typically used for jobs where high degrees of stress will be encountered regularly. Interviewers sometimes rely upon rudeness, sarcasm, or outright hostility to provoke a response. Interviewers' main goals are to assess how well interviewee deals with unexpected and or stressful situations. Evaluate how well interviewee can work and communicate under pressure. Preparing and researching. Before an interview, prepare for it by researching the field, employer, and the job. Now research the field. Explore different branches. Review trade journals / magazines. Assess various career paths. Know the major players. Be familiar with current trends. The goals are to be informed about who you are professionally and what professional community you are entering. Be able to talk widely and wisely about trends, techniques, and tasks performed by professionals with different phases of your fields. Now research the employer well in advance. Research the field, review annual reports, read the organization's mission statement and philosophy documents, research the organization history. Familiarize yourself with the organizational scheme. Look for recent performance markers or success indicators. This is done to familiarize yourself with what the organization does. Familiarize yourself with what workers in the organization do, write, produce, create, etc. Assess how the particular job for which you are interviewing fits into the bigger organizational picture. Get a sense of the key players in and key outcomes of the organization. Develop a strong sense of what they might seek in an employee. Research the job, team, and context. Review the original job post call. Research the jobs or employment areas of the organization's website. Make contact and try to get a stronger sense of the specific job responsibilities. Analyze your possible role in relation to the team, unit, or division you would work in. Find out who you would report to, and analyze how success is evaluated and rewarded. The goals are to answer the questions you should be asking to yourself. For example, is this really a job I want? What will I gain by getting this job? What do I bring that this organization needs? Become knowledgeable so that you can speak specifically as to how you fit in the job, team, and context. Have a strong sense of what you will be expected to perform and how that performance will be measured and evaluated. Address questions like, what might I be asked to answer? How will they expect me to answer? How might I be expected to demonstrate what I know and what can I do? Before the interview, prepare yourself. Eat and sleep well. Prepare the materials you want to bring with you. Ideally, this is done long before the interview. Choose your clothes the night before. One should bring following materials to a job interview: letter of introduction, resume, work samples, references, letter of recommendations. Getting introduced. Prepare and practice a 2-minute introduction. I am interested in ... Prepare to demonstrate knowledge about the employer. Express enthusiasm and interest. Relate your background to the company's needs. Now, anticipating questions. They can ask you a question about yourself, so this is not a tricky question. They can judge you on your professional status with the help of this question. A brief statement of your professional status and career objective. Some detail about your progression to this point. A heuristic for answering questions. Identify the skill sought by the question so that you can best focus on your answer. Give a star answer. Situation. S stands for situation. What was the context? T stands for task. What was the specific problem or need? A stands for action. What did you do? Produce, write, create, etc. R stands for results / resolution. What did you learn? What skills did you develop? Star example. Here you will see one example of a star answer. For example, can you tell me about a time from your work experience when your manager or supervisor was unavailable and a problem arose? Now the star answer would be S situation. Quickly explain the situation, what happened, who was involved, example clients, co-workers, customers, etc. Task. What was a particular problem that needed to be resolved? Action. What specific action did you take to resolve the problem? What did you do or produce? Results. What were the results of your action? What did you take from this experience? Now the 10th interview bloopers. There are some interview bloopers you must avoid. Poor handshake, limp hands, tips of fingers, arm pump. Talking too much. Talking too long but not answering direct questions, nervous talking. Talking negatively about current or past teams, co-workers, employers, oblique managers. Showing up late or way too early. Treating the receptionist rudely. Asking your benefits, vacation time or salary in an initial interview. Not preparing for the interview. Verbal tics, like you know. Not enough, too much eye contact. Failure to match communication styles. Example, too informal, too businesslike. I hope you would prepare yourself in a better way for the interview. Thank you, listeners. Have a good day.